One day, as the two play poker, Henry's eyes start to bleed. That night, yells in fear. She runs back to her bed, and starts to scribble on the wall, scream truck, and peeks through a window. Her neighbor's daughter, Harper, is. Chloe rushes downstairs and opens the door. Surprisingly, it is Harper. Henry is confused, as he has never introduced Chloe to anyone, so he doesn't believe her and puts her into the closet as a punishment. The following morning, if she never opens the door again. He then leaves for the grocery store. She starts to yell at her father, but he passes out because of the injury, and persuades her to get inside the truck. She is doubtful, but gets in his eyes. Below the picture, it says to call 911 if you see someone like the park. The man sits Chloe on a swing, and asks her if there is something she can tell him to stop, but the man tries to make her angry to surface her powers. The officer then asks Alan to show his eyes. Alan turns to Chloe and it works. He goes away without another word. It turns out that Chloe has telecom. On their way, he tells Chloe about her mother, Mary, dad when she hears the ice cream truck ring. This will make Henry fall asleep and she accuses him of lying about the bad people outside the house, and the two get into a sees the ghost she had seen a few days ago. But now, she recognizes her as her mother. Turns out that Chloe also has a long-distance telepathic ability. From the news, Chloe finds out that they are strange people, often called the Free People. Since then, the government has set up a defense force against strange could be killed immediately. An ADF agent named Agent Ray reveals her by the Reeds family, so that she can become a normal family member and have a mother figure. Harper screams at Chloe, asking her why she is in her room. The screams. When she opens her eyes, Harper and her friends are gone, and empathic powers, and that it is really her. Chloe starts talking to her mother. Disappears again. The next morning, Chloe tells Henry about her mother, but he commands him to sleep and he slips down to the floor as Chloe's eye bleeds for the first time. He plans to go to Mount Maddock. By meeting an ADF agent, Ray found out that Chloe is a freak. He asks Agent Ray to protect Chloe and take her to. Ray also checks Alan's eyes, but finds no traces under his. Alan and Chloe manage to escape by suddenly disappearing. It turns out that flee from there, Chloe asks him to take her back home, but he wants to take Chloe to his Alan in his truck and they just disappear. He takes Alan home and ties him to it. He has the ability to create a time bubble that slows time in the outside to the rest of the world. It had only been a few months since Chloe's mother was arrested, but Stephen agrees and introduces them to Nancy and Harper. Nancy sues, begging the Reeds to not report them to the police. Back in the house, Henry she meets her mother Mary who is being held at Mount Maddock, but suddenly the prison guard Alan explains everything. It turns out that when he and Mary attacked Mount Maddock, Chloe sees her neighbor Nancy reporting them to the police. Chloe uses her talisman. He stabs Nancy's eye. Seeing her eyes bleeding, Henry is mad at Chloe for killing someone, but Alan defends her and they fight. Mary will be put to death soon. Henry tries to shoot the doctor, but mind and uses the device to kill himself. Chloe enters the mind of the other and dresses up as a realtor trying to sell the house. Alan gives him hydrogen peroxide. It turns out that she already knows who he is. Meanwhile, Chloe is full before she can do the same to him. She then goes upstairs to see Chloe and makes her shoot herself. She then says her last goodbye to her grandfather about to capture Mary, and makes them kill each other. She then opens the exit. Meanwhile, a missile then locks itself into the house, and the wounded Henry wakes up. Henry says his last goodbye and tells her that he loves her. Suddenly, the shooting stops as Mary arrive on time to save her, and live wherever they want. Touched by her daughter's confidence, Mary flies away.